Can I get a moment of your time? Well, alright. Bankhead, I see you, partner. From the interviews to the news to your favorite tunes, you cannot lose when you're tuned into Straight Out the Trunk Radio. Hit me, From the interviews to the news, what's your favorite tune? Straight out the trunk, they got what you want now. Get your body go to sleep, and when you brush your teeth, when you first wake up, turn your radio on. Straight out the trunk now. Straight out the trunk, You are now listening to Straight Out the Trunk. Put your seat back, turn your radio up. Straight out the trunk. You are now tuned in and you're rocking with the best. Straight out the trunk. Everybody tuned in, let me hear you say Straight out the trunk. 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 Straight out the trunk.
What it do, what it do? It's your boy Bank of the Name, Straight Out Trunk Radio. Got another dope ass interview with another dope ass artist. And make sure you follow us, Straight Out Trunk Radio, SODTR _. Make sure you follow me personally, Bankhead _ the name. But hey, today we have a dope ass artist, originally from St. Louis, but moved out here to Los Angeles, Long Beach, 7-8 years ago. We got my man Adeum in the motherfucking house. What it do, sir?
Hell yeah, appreciate you. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling great.
Oh, no, how's the week though? You know, you just dropped the tape and everything like that. You feel me? So how's like everybody? How you feeling, really? You know?
No, I'm feeling good for real. The tape came out dope. Shout out to my engineer / just my dog, T John, Annex.
Self-help tape.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah. Don't keep my bad. Just guys letting people know the name of the tape. You feel me?
It's self-help tape, you know. And I just wanted to really embody kind of me and my mindset, you know. And I wanted to do it over some like beats that people actually want to listen to. You feel me?
No, the beat selection was very. Seemed like it was very direct of making people want to bob their head and bounce to your lyrics.
Appreciate that.
You know, like you was talking about before we got on air, how it's a groove, a vibe. You know, like we want people. You could, like I said, you could drive to it. You can go to that PCH. You know, you can listen to this on the 405, 101. Even if you're in traffic, you still like this. Like you enjoying your time on the motherfucking road type shit.
Yeah. And that's what I really wanted to do with it, cause like I make purposeful music, but I'm like I call myself like a conscious rapper, but not really, cause I'm not really talking about like pyramids and you know, conspiracy theories and stuff. Like I listen to that music, of course, but you know, I'm just talking about like real life stuff.
No facts.
But I want to, you know, put it to something that you can listen to every day, and I ain't want to really sound too preachy, you know, and that's what, you know, I wanted to get across with the self-help tape is like, cause like the lyrics in these songs is really just conversations I be having with people every day. My little brother, my homegirls, my older brother, my mom, everybody, you know. And I'm like, let me, really it'd be my little brother, shout out to him. But he'd be like, man, you need to start like saying this type of stuff more, you know. So I'm like, you know, let me put it in the music. And then my homeboy, El Dorado Jones, he put out a tape called Put the Medicine in the Candy.
Okay.
And so ever since this came out a few years ago. And so like
that motivated you to do this?
Type shit, yeah. So it kind of like, that was kind of like my formula from kind of, because I was like, I wanna like make music with a message, but I also don't want to bore people, you know.
Facts.
You know, and like, I'm not really looking for my shit to get played in the club, you know. I'm not that delusional, but at the same time, I want to be, like you said, listen to it in the car. You can listen to this at the gym, you feel me? Like, just like, and I like that more than some stuff you can just only feel like you can listen to at the club, you know?
No, definitely you can listen to this in the gym. That's going to be my next test. I listen to people's shit like in multiple ways: smoking, driving, chilling, and in the gym. And you feel me? If you get 3 out of the 4, I'll fuck with your tape. 2 out of the 4, I might like a couple of tracks, you know? Like, but 4 out of 4, I'm going to replay that shit. You feel me? But that's how I judge our music, you know? Those 4 type things right there. Just letting y'all know. How Bankhead listen to my music? Smoking, driving, chilling, gym.
Hey, and that's a good formula for real, you know? That's what music for, you know, the soundtrack to your life type.
Exactly. So it's all good. So originally from St. Louis, dog. Let's talk about that. This is my favorite question. I always ask my guests. This is the first time you're on Straight Up Trunk Radio as well. You dig? So who had that better playlist, your mom or your pops?
I gotta go with my mom because my pops he been in prison damn near my whole life. So I gotta go with my mom. My grandpa, he got a smooth little jazz playlist. Though.
Okay, it could be grandparents versus mom. Like, who had that? Yeah. So you pick your mom over your grandparents?
Yeah, because she the one that really kind of not turned me on, but like she was listening to Master P. It's funny because it's a photo album book that we got at the crib, and in the front of the photo album is a picture of Master P like this with no shirt on. I don't know where she got this picture from, but we've had this photo album like damn near all my life. And for like a good portion of my life, she told me like Master P was my dad. But she never said like Master P, but she was like, this man is your daddy. And so like, then I was like, that's Master P. And then eventually when I got older, I was like, Master P ain't my dad. She was like, nah. Eventually I met my dad, you know.
I was about to, hey, you better go see Master P give a swing of his hair. Give me that DNA. Hey, Justice.
I definitely know who my dad is.
All right, word.
But for the longest, like, growing up, she told me that. So, but like,
that's funny.
She put me on, like, she was listening to all the rap music, you know.
All right.
Growing up.
Was she into the music? Like, did she ever do music? Did she was into photography? That could have been dope if she took that photo of Master P.
Look, that would have
been lit, you know?
No, she never did music. I feel like she probably like too shy for that. She take good pictures though. Like every time she catch a flick of me, it's always on point.
Fine. So St. Louis, talk about growing up in there. Like how was the childhood? How was middle school, high school? You know, fights. You know, like were some good food spots type shit. You know.
Well, first of all, prayers up for St. Louis. It was a bad tornado just went through there.
Oh, real deal.
Yesterday, and it was like 2 or 3 of them. They said, and it kind of like wiped out half of St. Louis. They said, but I checked on all my folks over them ways. They said they straight. So first of all,
prayers for that. Did you ever experience a tornado while you was there or twisters?
I went through some, but never like nothing that like hit my spot or like hit around close to me. But like a while, like long back in the day, like one hit like the airport that was close.
Damn, so living back that way, like you have to worry about like tornadoes. Like we have to worry about earthquakes and shit like that. Yeah. But like I'd rather be in a fucking earthquake than a tornado, dog.
It's whatever. That's really wherever you move, you're gonna have to pick your natural disaster. Oh God, that's what I'm figuring out. Cause like I was in an earthquake, woke me out of my sleep. I'm doing all this type, but then by the time I was like, I'm thinking I'm dreaming all type of stuff. I'm like, oh, that was I started hearing everybody outside like, what was? Oh, that was an earthquake. I was like, what the fuck? I ain't move all the way. You remember West Shore? He said I ain't fly 3,000 miles for this shit. Yeah, that's how I felt.
But at the same time, like. Ain't that the same way like a tornado come? Like say you in a house, ain't your house shaking from a tornado? And so you shaking, but it's doing way more damage than a fucking earthquake. Cause an earthquake, we ain't had a big one on the West Coast in a while, you know. So like,
and that is crazy because I've probably been through like more tornado scenarios like
than
in
an earthquake.
Lifetime, and then more like devastating. But I don't know, living out there, it's like cause they mainly just go one way, so it's like. Growing up, you just get so, like, a lot of times people, like, stand outside and just watch them, like, if it'd be far enough away to just kind of watch, you know. But that messed people up, too, because then that must start heading their way.
Like, I just watched the new movie Twister, and before I watched the new one, I watched the old one back in the day, Twister, and they had, they did Twisters. Then I watched that motherfucking documentary on Netflix about Twisters and shit. I'm like, this is some crazy shit, how people survive, or just the aftermath of a motherfucking like tornado or some shit like that. You're like, that shit, this is was wild as fuck. No, like, I can't imagine like one day you walking home, the next day you don't even know what street you on.
Types. Hey, I mean, I hear y'all dealing with them fires. Like, we ain't had to deal with that in St. Louis growing up. Like, yeah, I hear, you know, they. Right, I mean, prayers up for all them folks, too, that lost their houses in the fires and the Palisades.
Yeah, continue to donate the right things that they need, you know?
Yeah.
Like, those families are still probably trying to get back on their feet and still struggling. So.
And I feel like it ain't even getting talked about, like, besides, like, the people that's still in it.
Of course not. The world move on.
And kind of, yeah.
The world move on. They might do like a little 10-second, 15 like pop-up commercial on like, you know, the news or like a TV ad or something, but it ain't in the news like every other story now, you know.
Yeah, and that's crazy. I know somebody would sleep and woke up and it was just fire all around and they was like, nah, God, I lived a good life. Like,
I gotta get up and get out.
You just think you was in hell, like somebody woke up like, did I go to hell?
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah. Imagine that. That'd be fucked up. Nah, can't imagine that. But St. Louis though, like, what's some good food spots out there that you was eating in high school type shit or like even growing up?
You know, St. Louis, we known for the barbecue. So you hit St. Louis, get you some barbecue. Really anywhere. Gonna get some good barbecue out in St. Louis.
Anywhere, nigga. Don't lie now, because we can go like I'll be on these TikTok shops and sometimes not TikTok shops, but I'll be on these TikTok videos of these food creators. Like sometimes they like hit or miss in St. Louis.
Now I would say so like out here, like out there, like it be the dudes with the big old grill. They gonna have it for real. But most of the restaurants got good stuff too, but if you can catch one of the cats just on the corner, they just be standing right on the corner.
Okay, it's the corner. That's where it's at. All right, the corner.
I grew up really. I like barbecue Chinese food. That's the one thing out here. Like y'all Chinese food don't hit the same versus St. Louis Chinese food. And so like when I go back to St. Louis, that's the first thing I do is go get some Chinese food.
What's the difference?
It's just cooked with more, I don't know, like in dirty grease or something. Like they let the grease sit there all day and they just cook it, so it's just more flavor. Like the rice be dark brown. Like y'all rice out here be light skin, real like ice spice rice out here. And that is not, I like my rice. And it's not even like soy sauced up. Like it's just like, I don't know, it's just darker. I don't know.
I feel you. No, they out here make you add your own condiments or you know your own, you know, because they somewhat health. But it's all good. It's all good.
And that's a big thing.
I gotta try it. I gotta go to St. Louis and try that. I gotta try Chinese food. You talk about
gotta try Emo's Pizza.
Okay.
They hitting. It's a little spots like New York Grills out there. I don't know why they call New York Grills, but like they be little fire spots like little, you know, the mom and pop shop.
Okay, fire. When did you get introduced to like hip hop music? Like, you know, what was that first CD you bought?
First CD I bought, I'm not gonna lie, was Lupe Fiasco.
Real deal.
Yeah. That's the first. Like, he my favorite rapper of all time. Like, not even for like stuff he's done recently, but just like, even though he's still like up the par, like, and him like teaching his class at that college is dope as hell too. But like, Kick Push came out like at a pivotal time in my life. So
what was you going through during that time?
It was just childhood shit, you know, summertime childhood. My older brother, Marquise, he used to skateboard, and him and all his homies. You know, me being a little brother trying to fit in with his older brother.
I'm a little brother too, so I understand.
Yeah, type shit. So like, he always be out skateboarding, and to even keep up, you got to be on a skateboard. So I'm like, let me try to learn how to skateboard. And then in St. Louis, you know, even back, I'm pretty sure it's probably the same out here, but in St. Louis, definitely like, wasn't really too many black skaters like coming up in like 05, them time. You know, that was like that wave when they first started. You know, you feel me? But yeah, then Kick Push, like I found that song, it dropped, and the video, like I used to watch the music video MTV in the morning, you know, getting ready for school. You got it like an hour probably, depending on how fast you woke up of watching video. That's how I used to do.
True that,
Getting ready, just watch. So that they started playing that Kick Push, and I was like, oh shit. Downloaded it on my little MP
iPod
type shit. MP3, not even back then, you know.
Yeah, little nano.
Downloaded off Pirate Bay, or I wasn't using Napster, I ain't that old, but like a Pirate Bay off the internet, put it onto the thing. It was jamming that. I listen to that shit every day.
No, I couldn't skateboard. I tried it and I just couldn't get my balance. I said, pass the scooter this way.
Look, now I tell you, I was never great. Like,
I was a scooter nigga.
My older brother and his homies was good. Like I could ride though, and I like the freedom of just like pushing, like kick push and riding, and I could ollie. I did like the basic little tricks to get around, but I was more just like riding and keeping up. Just really, just being able to like, I'm chilling with my big brother type shit. Really, you know, and that was just St. Louis. You outside, you know, you outside a lot. You getting into trouble.
Kick put like I thought Nelly would be like, or like Ching would be.
No, they hard, but like Nelly, like if you break down Nelly lyrics, he talking about grown shit. You know, Lupe was more, you know, my speed.
Your speed, okay.
But like Nelly, like you got I'm going down, baby, yo street in a Range Rover, street sweeper, baby, cocked, ready to let it go. You know, shimmy. You know, so it's like when you. Now, all the kids, I was singing it like a motherfucker because that melody, but like when you break it down, it's like, this nigga talking about a drop. Like,
and the thing about it, when we was kids, we was down, big. We was like, what the fuck? Now you get older, you like, nigga, we was sliding on niggas at 8 years old. We was talking about sliding on people at 10 years old. Like,
that's music though. That had you talking about some shit.
You don't even don't even know.
Like,
that's why you gotta protect your kids these days too with that. So
that part.
You know. All right. Did you play any sports out there in St. Louis? Like, was you basketball, soccer, baseball, football type?
In high school, I played football. I was
ass.
Not ass, but I always start like anything I do in life. I'm gonna be like average or above average at it.
Did you start?
Yeah, in football, but I was on JV though, so it's like starting on JV is easy.
No varsity?
No. By the time like I used to move around a lot, so like even me playing that year, I was like, okay, we gonna live here for at least the football season, so let me fucking try football out. It was cool. I knew I wasn't gonna be no star, so like I'm like, and then they had me on the line, like.
I feel you. So you bounced around to high school to high school?
Yeah. I went to 4 different high schools.
Oh shit! Damn.
Yeah. Ended up going to a technical trade high school, but it wasn't like because I was bad. You actually had to get accepted and do like an interview to get in there. But the school was kind of bad though. Like people were like, yeah.
So after high school, what was your plans? Did you go to college? Did you say I'm about to start rapping? I'm just like, fuck it, mom. I'm going to LA.
No. I mean, I definitely wanted to come to LA and besides the music, LA always infatuated me just because I'm a big movie head. Like I watch movies and TV shows and everything besides New York, everything shot out here. And New York was too cold. Like I was already in the cold in St. Louis, so I was like, yeah, go to LA. But fucking no, after high school, shoot, cause I was doing music in high school. Like did a couple things. Like music wise in high school, had a couple homies musically in high school and stuff like that. So we was grouped up trying to do the damn thing. So I mean, I was going to college, and that's why I met one of my best friends, my brother today, Nuff. Randomly, that's how the full circles go around in life. You feel me? But I met him in college, just bumped into him. What up? Freaking turned out he was like my brother homie, and then he was rapping too, and then me and him clicked up super hard and like moved out here. But yeah, I was going to college. I was going there for like aeronautical engineering, some like whole other shit.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Did you finish that shit or?
Hell no.
What did that like entail? Like, say you got your degree and shit. Like, what was you gonna be able to do with that degree?
It was like designing and keeping up with like airplanes and stuff like that.
Oh shit, like drones and shit.
Yeah, and like just like I like the Boeings and all that type of stuff.
Oh damn.
But like, chemistry took my ass out. Like,
all
like that shit. Like I was like in my birthday early, so I was 17, 18, fucking in that shit. And everybody around me was like second time people going back to college. Like it was only two classes, my English class and like my chemistry class had like 2 other people my age, and then one dude dropped out, and then it was just me and this other girl. But like I'm like, yeah, this shit crazy. And then I was just really like wanted to do the music. I'm like, let me, try. So I switched over to do like mass communication, but then I'm like, I'm not really trying to be I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with a mass communication.
I feel you. So in high school was your first time recording music?
Yeah.
All right. Did you have the same name back then?
Yeah. When I got serious enough, yeah.
What age did you say I'm taking this music shit serious?
Semi-serious at like 16, 17. Then when I got like, once I like got out of college, I was like, all right, let me really, that was, so I'm like 18, 19, like let me really try to figure something out with this. And then I started working at the post office, just needing a job, and filled out, and freaking couple years went by, but yeah.
Shit, stack that money up to record and all that. Do you engineer, produce, or anything as well?
I used to engineer me and my homie Nuff music when we was in St. Louis. I used to engineer. I used to engineer a lot, low key. That's how I started. Just needing to record because I didn't know where to start. So I was like, well, I can get my own stuff. I'm smart enough. I can figure it out. And then my big cousin, he used to do music. So he kind of like, and he went to college for like audio engineering and stuff like that. So he was kind of like guiding me and like, yeah, you can grab this mic, get Pro Tools, do this, and then, start recording. And then I remember my grandma, she sent me, she wouldn't send me the money because I was like 16, but she sent me the computer, like, to start recording on. And then, download the Pro Tools, freaking, and then started recording myself. So I had to engineer myself, and then freaking, that went to me engineering homies and then engineering other people. I never was making really, because I never felt like I was that good at engineering until like that, right before we was finna move out here. So like I was kind of charging, but I wasn't like, doing nothing crazy like that.
When you moved out here, like, what was that mindset? Give me your first like 3 months out in LA. Like what, like did you expect what LA to be what it was when you moved out here?
Man, I say LA is big on the map, and when you get here, it's even bigger. So
okay,
and like how me and my best friend did it, me and my brother did it, is we maybe we should have kind of like took a couple trips out here, but we was like, man, fuck it, we doing music, we was doing a lot of things around the city, we was feeling good about the music, and we was like, we need to get to just like bigger audience, more opportunities, labels, all this and all that type of stuff. So it's like, man, we just gotta get to LA. So like I said, I was working at the post office at the time. He had a cool little gig. We was like, we gonna stack up. We just put a date on it. Like, we gonna stack up, freaking move out there. We knew we didn't even know where we was gonna be. We just knew like we wanted to be out there. My brother had a van, so he was like, we'd take the van out there and freaking just sleep in the van and figure it out from there.
Y'all drove out here?
Yeah. It's like a 28-hour drive. I done did that drive a few times now, just driving back and forth from St. Louis.
By yourself?
I've done it a few times by myself.
Ooh,
yeah.
like you just sleeping in the car or you?
No, I'm straight shooting it. When I do it, I straight shoot it. I ain't got time to pull over and sleep. Nah,
straight shooting 28 hours.
Yeah. Red Bull, Monster. You about to turn you on a good movie, a couple of them, podcast, drop.
I drove the fucking to Texas one day at 23 hours. So
see,
I did Austin's from out here from the valley. So
yeah.
It's
good to go with people because now when I got people, I'm not straight shooting. Yeah, I'm taking my Nashville like.
Of course, you in the back.
But like I've done it twice where it was just me and I.
Ooh, damn, you're a dangerous man. You're a dangerous man. Get him the OJ Bronco. He gone, nigga. He ain't gonna catch this nigga. I'll fucks with that.
Yeah, we drove out here, but like we got freaking. But LA was dope. Got out here. Was just on the grind. Like we needed to meet people. We was trying to figure it out at the same time. Knew we needed some more money because like working at the post office, I had like sick time and shit saved up. So I didn't even quit. I put in my 2 weeks. I just kind of like kept calling in sick and abusing the system low key, and then they kept sending me checks for like the first like month or two. But we got stuck in damn Kansas for like 2 months trying to get out here. So that's a whole nother story. But freaking it was just a culture shock coming out here. Like it's so much to do out here. It's still like as long as I've been out here, I still ain't did everything. Like Still, yeah.
Still a lot of shit to do. You know,
Then COVID hit, so that shut everything down for a minute.
Yeah, for a whole year and a half, at least 2 almost.
It felt like 3, because it's just like the after effects are like, even when after everything was
everybody did change it. Everything, a lot of things changed.
Yeah, one of my favorite barbecue spots out here was on Manchester. Yeah, Manchester. That mug had closed down. Dude was from Chicago. Had a barbecue spot out here. Was going crazy.
Yeah, COVID fucked a lot of things up out here. Damn. All right, so this tape. Why the name?
Cause
self-help tape.
It's just a combination of just how just where I'm at in my life. Just big on. Not even in the sleazy but I really feel. I mean, it can't be corny. Helping yourself. Trying to better yourself every day. And then I feel like instead of being like, oh, this is self-help music, nah, this is just a self-help tape. And then, but when you listen to it, it's not no therapy. Even though it's got the therapy skits on there, but for the most part, the music is kind of like you said, gotta bounce to it. And that's what I wanted, cause like. I be listening to all these different like self-help little reading books and doing all that, and it is a big part of like me developing and just growing as a man and just talking to people. And like I said, a lot of these songs are just like based around conversations I have with people and just like the stuff I be reading, and it's like I know people don't really a lot of people don't got time to read. I only say they don't read cause like I barely got time to read. I gotta force my time to even. I'm listening to a lot of like audio shit. You gotta make
yourself sit down and read. Like you gotta put that shit in your routine.
No, for real, and it be hard. So it's like I wanted to put something in music. So it's like if you're not getting it by reading or watching the certain things, I may be hip to certain people that everybody ain't hip to. So it's like let me put it in the music, but let me give it to you in a way that you want to listen to it. And it's just like conversations that I be having with people that just really was like. Yeah, let's call it a self-help tape. Because I feel like when you look at that, you be like, it makes you be like, I wonder what's on here. And then you think one thing, and then you get into the music, it's like, oh, okay, this is turned up. But then if you actually listen to the lyrics, there's like shit in there that's like, oh, okay, he's really saying something.
Producer-wise, who's the producers on these projects?
It's a good portion of it. A good portion of it was produced by my dog T. John NX. He really kind of my I try to work with him as much because he engineered my music and we just been locked in. That's my guy. A part of me just progressing in the music is really just wanted to lock in with one producer, get some stuff. But
I like tapes like that when the artists lock in with one producer, they can build a sound and a story.
Yeah. DJ West, he made the beat for Do Better Though. I gotta shout him out. I met him working at Red Lobster just randomly, And that's them full circle moments I've been saying. Yeah. And he had made a beat for Nicki Minaj. That's why he was at the restaurant, because he had just got placed with a beat for Nicki Minaj. And he was there with his parents, and I was like, nah, this is a big deal. And then we exchanged, and and that was a couple years ago. And years later, got a beat with him, and because I really Do Better, that song too.
Yeah, Do Better is a nice song. That's makes you think, So I fucks with that. Writing process, a studio process. Are you going in there pre-writing or are you punching in? How you doing? How's your creative process?
I've done it all over the years, and that's what I like about rap. There's so many different ways, and if you've been doing it one way so long, you can always switch it up and challenge yourself, And so I on Ain't Finished, I purposely. For the second verse, I want to say that I ain't just been blowing in the wind. I've been putting life in this pen. My life just got a new lens. I didn't write for that song, for that second verse. I had the first verse already. In the studio, I was like, I want to come up with it right on the spot. And it was one of the last songs we did. I was like, I really want to, after making all the songs, because all the other songs I wrote for the most part. I really don't try to punch in too much, but for that one I did, because I wanted to we had been mixing it, and I was like, no, I want to put this last song on there, and then I was like, I got to put this last verse on there, and so I was like, I want to do it in the studio after we kind of get the feeling of all the songs, and that's how that kind of, so I punched in for that one, but for the most part, I like to write, because I like to tell stories, I like to have purposeful shit, and especially in the studio, like you don't want to be spending money in the studio trying to think of something, because then that's not even giving you your creativity to, like, you kind of more so under pressure, you know.
Yeah. Or you limit yourself. You limit your thinking.
Yeah, that part. Because then it's like, oh, I need something right now, to where, like, man, I've took like a good couple weeks to a month to write a verse, just to, like, really. I want to start it somewhere, end it somewhere else.
No, I get what you're saying. I feel like sometimes punching in, I'm gonna admit this. I feel like punching in rap is lazy rap.
I can see it both ways. Now,
I think it might save time and like it might feel authentic or in a way, but I'll always say write your shit and memorize your lyrics, so when you get in the studio, it feel like it's natural versus you reading off a phone or a paper. Yeah. But like just observing artists and like hearing people's music and shit, and they say, oh, I'm a punching rapper. Like some of the times these punching rappers, I feel like it's lazy fucking rap, because the song after song, they might not be saying the same shit, but they saying the same shit.
I definitely heard a few people like, oh yeah, no, I punched my bars in, but oh yeah, I can tell. You
could tell like what you just said here don't have nothing to do with what you just said next. You know, like. It might sound tighter, like, oh, you sound hard, but at the same time, it's like, it don't go together. And just like, I feel like that's what our generation is too. It's like sometimes, like, it's just all over the place.
I feel like you got to blame the people that's letting it get away with it. You know, if the consumer is steadily, if the culture is steadily, you know, letting it get off.
The culture is dumbing down our people.
And it's like
they're allowing our culture to dumb down our people, or allowing them to accept the low quality of music, and because it's so saturated. Music is so saturated. Hip hop is so saturated. Having these streaming services and platforms and all that makes it all saturated. But it's good for them, because they can pick whoever they want out the pot whenever they want. You know. It's bad for us for y'all or everybody who does that do music, because
bad for the culture, for real.
It's bad for the culture, and it sucks because the culture is the number one listening genre of music that leads in the world. You know,
and that's where you put your tinfoil hat on, and you do be like, how does this? You know, that's where you got the cradle to the cell theories and all them type of things.
And my conspiracy my shit will pop up, but they made hip hop motherfucking number one. You feel me? Because they can pick and choose who they can promote and send messages to our fucking communities and our next generations and shit, our kids and all that. Yeah. But that, like I said, that's another topic.
And I feel that too. Like me and it's prevalent, especially right now. And me and a lot of my people be talking about that type of shit. Like, cause like streaming, as much as it makes you look good, it kind of like killed the industry of like, cause it's like, especially when streaming only became Spotify and Apple mainly. I mean, some people use Tidal, but mainly it's Apple and Spotify, to where back in the day you can get songs off that Piff. It killed the mixtape. People don't
there were so many platforms that was uploading albums, mixtapes, EPs.
And then when you used to download it, it'll all go to the same little MIDI audio player on your phone, So once it gets there, you in the same Lil Wayne, you, Beyonce, and all that. But like on the internet, the independents had they kind of own bubbles and lanes. The main people had.
Yeah. So I totally understand that, and like it just how like this like same thing with iPhones, nigga. Like remember when like so many different networks we had growing up? Nokia, you feel me? We had what was the other ones, nigga? Well, the phone companies we had Nokia, we had Razors, we had Motorola's. All types of shit, but now it's only Androids or iPhones. Usually just iPhones, but so shit like that. It's weird to me. But anyway, all good. Like, what's your favorite track off the album?
It varies from day to day. Low key, ain't finished just because it gets me in that like take over the world kind of mindset. Kind of gets me in that like Mamba mentality. I feel like you can listen like. They should be playing this at the playoffs right now, on the big speakers. Like, it give me that kind of vibe. So, like, when I'm in that mode, then yeah. So yeah, it varies from day to day. Freaking low key, was it worth it? Worth it. I like that just because it was like such a different vibe from like what I normally do, and like it had like a good little message, and it's like I just like the whole bounce to it.
Can you talk about the features?
Shoot, we on here. We got the homegirl Leah. She provided.
We got Lyric Cross and we got Leah Stewart.
Yeah. This the homegirls. Well, Leah, she a professional. She do this. She do her thing for real. She be singing for like Disney parades and musicals and stuff like that. But met her randomly and just them type of full circle moments. Keep up with somebody, and I'm like, hey, you can pull up and do some because. When I was doing Move On, it had a feel to it, and my dog Eldorado Jones and my other dog John, he pulled up and just added like some ad libs, like some little. He from LA. I don't know specific because I know out here y'all get specific. I don't know specific area, but he from LA. But he came and put some like West Coast kind of like ad libs on there and added. And my dog Eldorado Jones, he came. He the high pitch like before you move on. I can't sing, but he that high pitch, which is funny because normally his voice is really deep. He do a lot. He make music too. He's super dope. But he came and added, and that's why I like music. Cause like when you were just in the studio, you got kind of like the main thing. But everybody kind of contributing, and you ain't got haters in the studio that, oh, no, if I ain't on the verse, then nah. It's like, nah, you ain't on the contribute. And then, like, once I was listening to it, I was like, nah, I need a soul singer to really, like, because it felt like you at the barbecue, you got that type of music, the cookout type of feel to it. So I was like, nah, I need a soul singer to kind of, like, pull it all together. So I hit her. She came and just, like, blew it out of the water. Like, better than I thought.
I fucks with it. That's dope. I'm glad that full circle moments is happening. Yeah. I'm gonna look out for some more full circle moments in my life too. I think I've seen a lot happening like that too. Because you be like, oh, this is a full circle. I met you like 2 years, 3 years, like you said, and like this happened, like, or that person, I know this person, like we all start working together type shit. I'm gonna look out for that. That's very. I like that. I'm interested about that. I'm gonna be more conscious about that shit now.
I feel like it's kind of like maybe like a sign for something. Hopefully, I mean
that's why I feel like that is a sign. I feel like that is those are signs. You meet people for reasons too. Certain people, facts,
networking. Cause like my lyric that's on there. I met her at a show I did out here when I first moved out here, and like we just kept in contact. She ended up started cutting my hair. She do hair. She lit with it with the clippers. And then she creative too though, so like she done took pictures for me, all types of stuff. I met her at a show, and like now she like one of my best friends, and like so I was kind of going over like the idea for the tape, and I still tell her like your voice, like you need to do something with your voice, like that's the one who's doing the therapy session talking on it. Yeah, she gonna be in the video too that we just shot, but so I was like jump on here and because with the self-help tape. I wanted to like make it a story, It's like a movie for real, and that's why like if you tripped off of on the last tape, My Way. If I had a My Way, I get top every top of the morning. At the very end, she comes in and says, "And this now concludes the self-help tape." So it's like the movie's over with now. You feel me? So them 10 songs is the movie of the self-help tape, and then it gets into level that I'm on and Nuts Hang, and I want people to feel like that's the rolling credits after you watch the movie, after you've seen. The hero go through his ups and downs, get knocked down, beat up by the villain. Now he's beat up the villain. Now he done walked off and learned the lessons and freaking walked off into the sunset. Credits rolling. You get level that I'm on. That's how you feel me.
Okay, I fucks with that. Yeah, all right. All right. How many videos are you planning to do to drop for the self-help tape?
Right now we got 2 shot. One for Who Can I Run To? Those song, and then one for My Woes, which is a super deep song. That's the skit. I got the therapy skit right before it, and so like we kind of did like a whole therapy vibe for that, for them 2 videos to kind of like drive the message home for it. And then I want to shoot a video for Ain't Finished, but I want that mother to be so cinematic. Like I want it to be like a boxer that on the comeback type shit.
Are you going back to St. Louis at any point to shoot videos?
If I can get down there, my schedule be so crazy. I want to go down there like in the next couple of months though, so I might do something.
But also, short form content's in. So if you ain't trying to spend all this money on fucking music videos, pick a couple of songs and do short form content, verse hook. Minute 30 off your iPhone. Set up somewhere, a dope location, a random location, and shoot that shit. But after this, Google short form content on Instagram or TikTok, and you'll see what I'm talking about, and you'll get that. So if you ain't trying to spend a lot of money on motherfucking music videos and because you know how music videos, these shits be expensive now, you know, like they be $500 plus type shit, you know, like that could just be for one camera.
and I definitely my fault for cutting you off.
No, it's all good.
But I definitely utilize short form content, but just me being artist really loving this shit, you gotta like. I just be having visions for certain songs. So it's like it's more for the love, for the fun of it, you know. But I do know, which is crazy, like the short form content is what's gonna get you, you know, popping off, and it is a lot easier to do. But just me on some like exploring my creativity and just milking this thing for as much as I get it.
I get you.
And then hopefully maybe somebody see me and they let me, you know, do a Denzel role or something like that.
I feel you. I understand that. But you talked about, you said the shirt, you made this shirt.
Oh yeah. And see, that's just me exploring creativity. Feel like
you got glitter on it?
No. Well, it's kind of like something like that. I just seen it. I was like, this is dope, you know. I like the deep purple and the galaxy type of feel, but just jumping into different lanes. Like, I love doing music, but doing music.
I was making sure I ain't got glitter on my.
Good. Go home to your girl, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in trouble, nigga.
He said, no, this from a guy shirt. Said,
exactly. Like, either way, nigga, I'm in trouble. Like, where this glitter come from? Like, hey, check my gram. He had a motherfucking glitter shirt on. Like, I was just checking it. Like,
he said, man, send me the files ASAP. She got to see it. Oh, God. But, yeah, just try to stay creative, man. Just, you know, doing music, and then you still gotta live life when you're doing music. So, you know, and you can write so much music, but eventually you'll burn yourself out. Especially when you like to talk about like different topics and really explore and stuff like that. And of course, I have my like creative zones of like, oh, these next 3 months, I just be locked. Don't even know it. You know, you just get locked into it. But then when you kind of fall out of that, you need like different little things to kind of like keep your creativity. And just music is so subject, you know, it's up to how people feel about it, to where like I needed something that like, I need to see myself getting better at it. Like, even though with music, I know I always get better and it's fun and I can create different ways. And it's like, let me do something where it's like I can see my skills like growing, you know.
I hear that. Who's on your playlist? Give me 3 artists that's on your playlist right now.
Right now, my dog Nuff, he just dropped a new song, Mando. I've been playing that shit hard. He got more stuff coming out. Who I've been listening to? Of course, I've been listening to that Kendrick, that GNX. And then low key, I've been listening to Toby. You know who that is?
Yeah. Him and his wife.
Yeah.
He got his last name, but it's a little African.
I always mispronounce it. That's why
Toby Nguigui.
Nguigui or something.
Nguigui. I ain't gonna disrespect him.
He dropped like a tape, the hood hymns.
Yeah, he's hard. He's dope. Yeah. His short form content gets me all the time. I'm like, man, it's motivated. It makes you go deep think.
Yeah. I be listening to West Side Boogie. Of course, Kevin Gates. Well, not of course Kevin Gates. Like, I should have said, of course, West Side Boogie.
He said, of course, Kevin Gates.
Of course, Kevin Gates.
Yeah, everybody listen to Kevin Gates. Man, I get you. I ain't listen to Kevin Gates in a minute.
You know, of course, all the goats. But yeah, you know, just top of the playlist. So I've been listening lately. Yeah.
Oh, fire. Are we gonna get into this little quick Q&A? It's gonna be this or that.
Got you.
All right. Between chicken wings, do you like flats or drums?
I'm drumstick man.
Are you want a girl with a BBL or a motherfucking breast implants?
Damn, neither. For real, I can't go neither.
Gotta pick one.
BBL.
You said BBL?
I guess I gotta go because I feel like I don't titties. I guess.
He said.
Yeah,
all right.
I just seen a lot of bad BBL. Like both. If I can't do nothing, do both. So it's Well, like, if it's a girl with a damn, what her body looking like already? That's I just like a natural body. I like a well balanced body.
I'm gonna switch that question up next time to the next artist with that.
The titties.
No,
titties,
next time. All right, titties. All right. Sex. Do you like them lights on, lights off?
Shit. I don't know. I'm trying to see what's going on.
Are you summertime or wintertime?
Summertime.
Summertime.
Yeah.
Are you papers or wood if you smoke?
Wood.
Yeah. Okay.
I switched up to the paper. I get the papers. A lot of people rapping the wood with the paper. I get that's cool.
I thank them people that do that because them woods be harsh.
They do eat. I fuck with that. It's like drinking whiskey, and I think that's why. It's like because I don't drink as much as I used to, so it's like the wood kind of give me that same like drinking whiskey type of feel. I sound like an old ass man.
I need that.
Listening to vinyl.
I need that shit in my chest if it ain't right. But what's coming up for the rest of the year? You dropping more music, or you gonna just focusing on this one tape?
Man, I'm always writing, so that's what fucked me up and make me dope at the same time. Cause it's like I'm definitely gonna focus on this tape a little more than I've done. Like I said, I got 2 videos, so I'm gonna keep promoting because I know just like that's what it's gonna take, the everyday grind of it. But still be dropping. Like I just dropped a song with Westside Boogie like a week ago after the tape came out. And it's like two other songs I really like. That's like my personal little favorites I got in the tuck. So I'm like, yeah, drop them before maybe the year over with. But mainly right now, it's the self-help tape. I'm trying to change lives out here.
As you should. You ever been to therapy?
No, not personally, but I talk to people when I feel like that's therapy for me.
Oh, that's deal. No, we had a podcast past Monday and we was talking about therapy, and I was the only one that never been to therapy. Then I just seen this clip with Iman Shepherd talking about his therapy is the barbershop, his barber, and I was like, that is true. Like I ain't gonna say my barber is my therapist, but I'll say talking to the homies, smoking with the homies is my therapy in a way.
And I get it too, like, but I feel like I get going to therapy just because you're talking to somebody that's not connected to nothing in your life. You feel me? So like I feel like maybe you'll feel more open to just kind of like say how you really, really feel. But I'm not an asshole, but I'll tell you how I feel anyway.
I can't trust somebody that I don't know. That's just like, I'm like, you better go tell somebody, then you gonna like, I don't know. My mind works a little differently.
Yeah, bro, I'm just like, I'm used to like being up front with people for the most part. So it's like, I like just being open with people. So it's like, yeah, that's why I just even talking to my barber, that'd be like, like you said, that'd be my therapy session. Shoot.
I understand. That's funny as fuck. But before we get up out of here, what's a quote affirmation you living by?
Shoot. Right now, just I am worthy. I feel like a lot of people self-sabotage themselves because they don't feel like they worthy of more. That survivor's remorse mentality type of thing. So I feel like a lot of I've dealt with it personally, just of like holding myself back because I don't feel like who am I? Even moving out to LA, this is shit.
That's a big step.
I would have never thought this shit. Seeing the shit I've seen, being a part of the shit I've been, it's living the dream for real. Like even at the level that I'm on, like I can say like, no, I'm living the dream because I'm in LA making music, making connections, doing what I love. That's not what a lot of people can say. But at the same time, you gotta understand that you're worthy enough to. You deserve it, and that's quote Kendrick, but you deserve it all, really. That's one of my favorite tracks off his album, because it's like, like you are worthy of like your dreams, your success. Don't self-sabotage yourself. That's sleeping in longer. Missing your alarm, stuff like something like that. That's like if you ever tripped off of like the snooze is way bigger than the shut your alarm button off on your phone. Mm-hmm. That's on purpose.
Damn. Dang, I didn't think about that. Damn.
Just simple. I am worthy, man.
I am worthy. I'm gonna take that for this next week coming up. I am worthy, because that's real shit. We are worthy. Where they follow you at? Where they get your music?
You can anywhere you listen to music naturally. That's where you can find me. Adeum, ADEUM on Instagram. Adeum official or Adeum _ TikTok. I got Adeum 18 just because Adeum official. once you kind of make your TikTok, it's over with. So Adeum 18, mainly YouTube. Go to YouTube. I'm always posting. I'm on live a lot on YouTube. Adeum 18 on YouTube. But streaming self-help tape is out right now. That joint is fire. It's what you need to hear. It's what you need every day, especially in this culture that we listen to. It's available everywhere.
Hey, you say your social media?
Yeah, Instagram and I'm just on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. Shoot, I treat that like a social media.
Oh, I got to. That's smart. You got to social because hey, you get paid off that YouTube. Man. You dig? Hey, but today I got this jacket. Shout out to homegirl auntie Poet Ronnie Girl Brand. You feel me? If you ever need a jacket, hit her up. Poet Ronnie Girl Brand on Instagram. She'll hook you up with a jacket. You dig? Just hit her up. Say Straight Trunk sent you. Bankhead sent you. And she'll get your sizes and custom and all that, you dig. But make sure you follow us, Strap Trunk Radio, Instagram, SODTR _.
Battery died.
Battery died? Oh, damn.
Right at the end.
Right at the end?
Yeah.
All right, switch it, nigga. Let's switch it. I gotta get the intro. I gotta get my shit off, man. Yeah. Yeah, let's switch that real quick. Damn, my battery was charging for like 2 hours too. That should have been enough.
Well, that's the whole interview.
It did, but actually it didn't because we switched it, so it didn't.
Nah, this shit was dope though.
I need to get my shit off. Let me know when. Are we back live?
Yep, 3, 2, 1.
All right. So, hey, this interview, shout out to homegirl. I ain't going to call her homegirl. I'm calling her auntie. She's auntie to us. Poet Ronnie Girl Brand. If you need a jacket, hit her up on Instagram. Poet Ronnie Girl Brand. Ronnie ORNI. Girl Brand. All one word. She'll get your sizes. You get custom made. Different colors. Check her out. She does a lot of dope things. She's a poet. She's a stylist. Check her out though, you dig? But hey, make sure you follow us, Straight Trunk Radio, SODTR _. Follow me personally, Bankhead _ the name, StraightTrunkRadio.com, SODTR _ Straight Trunk TV. Subscribe, like, share, tell a friend. Hit that link in the bio for interview submissions and everything like that, and all content you need. You dig? SODTR _ Red Eye behind the camera, Straight Trunk Radio headquarters. We out. Make sure you go get that self-help tape because you need some self-help tape. Yeah. Yes, sir.